Hello everyone, on behalf of the Mindalia TV team, welcome to Mindalia live streaming. It is a pleasure for me to share this space for you and tell you that today we are being joined by Bruce Sánchez. He is a certified high performance coach. The space that we are about to start has been titled Courage in Disruptive Times. Before giving the screen to Bruce, I just want to remind you that if you want to collaborate with Mindalia, you can do it by simple things. You can just like, subscribe, share this information with someone that you think that may benefit of the content that we are giving you on a daily basis. It is my pleasure now to leave you with Bruce Sánchez. Bruce, welcome to Mindalia once again. The screen is all yours.
So much. I'm hearing an echo or something. One sec. Give me a sec. Guys. Now, all right. I think it's done. Sorry, I don't know how I was listening to you. So crazy. Thank you so much. And be back. I'm so glad and pumped to be back here in Mindalia for the first time in English. But this is my fourth time, I guess. So really happy and so glad to be here. So I can't wait to start this topic about courage and disruptive time. Me, you know now why I'm saying these words. In general, is one of the most important topics in life. So here we go. So true story, by the way, about courage. Let's think about this. October 2014, Spain, Madrid. Adolfo Suárez Airport. By the way, yeah, no? Hello, hello. let's hello. I'm here again. For the first time here again. No, just kidding. It's all right, no worries, no problem. So I guess you were listening till I said that I moved back to Spain, that I didn't make that decision. That was my family. So I grew up in Spain with friends and stuff, but I always wanted to know what's like being in Australia, the place that I'm born. I didn't speak even the language, so that wasn't a problem for me. So I was ready to go to grab my luggage, catch the plane, and go to Australia. But it was a huge and a big problem for me. I was scared to go in the plane. I was freaking scared. I remember my first flight was Benidorm, London, 1996. Only 2 hours flight. The two longer ever hours in my life. Oh my God, I was so scared. I was like looking in the window. I know I don't want to see it. We are too high. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I was freaking scared. And that was for me like a trauma because it happened all the time. So imagine this. Me, I was about to go into a plane for 24 hours from Madrid to Melbourne. So Madrid, Bangkok, Melbourne, alone. with no one. My wife, my family, my friends. I mean, I've left them behind. My wife just for a while. She's here with me. But I was coming here, knowing no one, not even speaking the language. And I was scared. I remember my wife told me, have some pills, sleeping pills or tablets, and maybe, I don't know, maybe help you. And I said, no, they don't help me. They make things even worse. Keeps me even more awake. Can you believe it? Anyways, I was so scared. I was freaking scared. First for the flight. Second, landing here, knowing no one, didn't know what to do, where to go. I didn't know, but I had a dream. And I got the support from my family, from my wife, from my closest friends. And it was in 2014. At that time in Spain was upside down. That was really bad situation. Not maybe as bad as now, but it wasn't a good time either. So I landed here. I was holding my Australian passport. Funny thing when you don't speak English. And I remember walking in the Tullamarine airport, approaching the offices because I didn't know where to go. And I thought that I had some kind of English. And I tell you something, you think you know English, you speak English, come to Australia. Your English is gone. Because the accent here, this is no English. Anyways, I was with my passport and I asked the officer with my lovely accent at that time, hello, officer, my name is, I don't know where to go. The officer looked at me, I don't know what he said. He said something, but that was in English. And I said, huh? And then he looked at me, the officer said, hang on, so you're holding an Australian passport, you don't speak English? Come with me. We put me in an interview room with 3 or 4 officers, asked me like 1,000 questions. Why are you holding this? Where are you coming from? They checked my Spanish passport. I was in Colombia with my wife. They checked my luggage. You know, there was a very story. It's a very, very funny story. Anyways, it took like around 30 minutes to explain how I could at that time that I born here, but I took my passport in Madrid and then just came. And it was we ended up laughing and they wished me luck and they told me where to go and then went the cabs when I can catch a cab and all the stuff. That was 7 years ago. Today, 7 years later, I'm here today or tonight, wherever you are in the world, talking to you, communicating to you in the way that I'm doing right now. And I know for sure, if I didn't make that move, if I didn't take that courageous step in my life, I wouldn't be here tonight talking to you. And because of this and much more, courage is one of the most important topics, not just in high performance, which it is, but in general, in your life, and especially now that we going through this disruptive, turmoil, nonsense times, right? Now more than ever, our family need us on our A game more than ever. We need to be that courageous person that our family, our spouses, husbands or wives need us. We need to be that person for us and for them. And let me check a few things because I was having a presentation just a few minutes ago because I want to share a few definitions about courage. Because according with dictionary.com, courage is defined by the quality of mind or spirit that enables to face difficulty, danger, pain, etc., without fear. I repeat, the quality of mind or spirit that enables to face difficulty, danger, pain, etc., without fear. Well, I tell you right now that I don't agree with this definition, because a courageous person doesn't mean a fearless person. So let's take about Cambridge, dictionary Cambridge, and defines courage, the ability to control your fear in a dangerous or difficult situation. This, for me, it's a bit closer than what I think, or what courage means to me. The ability to control your fear. Remember the story that I shared with you about getting that plane and having a 24-hour flight and coming here? I was scared. I was shaking. I was sweating. But I did it anyways. Because I knew that for me, it would be much worse living my life back in Spain with this statement or this question all the time in my mind. What if? No way. I'm scared. It's not easy. Simple, not easy. You do it anyways. So let me tell you about fear just for a moment, because in both dictionaries, the fear is like a pattern. It's a common word. So fear, according with Cambridge, is an unpleasant emotion or thought that you have. Pay attention now. Might happen. Or might happen. Do you know the percentage that I found in a research with, by the way, Bruce Lipton? He did conducted a research that 80%, around 80%, 80%, that the things we think that's going to happen to us don't even happen. Around 80%. Not because we perceive that, not because we believe that something's going to happen, means it's going to be true. It's just a perception. I was all the time thinking about plane crash. I was going to die in a plane crash or all that stuff. It didn't happen. It might happen one day, maybe, or might not, but it wasn't true. What if I didn't make the move to come here? I wouldn't be here for sure. What I was doing at that time. I mean, today, if I didn't come here, I don't know. Probably I will never know. But I'm glad that I don't know. I'm super glad that I'm here. So, and let me tell you something else. Courage doesn't mean you have to take dramatic and superhero action. Not at all. It can be as simple as stating what you want in your life, regardless of what's happening around you. Because it was a quote, can't remember the name, that says, the circumstances don't make the man. They just reveal him. Hang on, let me check, because it's an amazing quote. Epictetus, circumstances don't make the man. They only reveal him to himself. And also, circumstances don't make the woman. They only reveal her to herself. Events and circumstances are there to be experienced, to be learned, and that's it. And that's it. Don't think that because we went through, or I went through something in the past, means because of that, I'm in this way today to our truth all the time. And I know it's so easy to fall into the trap of the busyness and going here and work and this and that, the emails and you name it. I know that. I've been there too. You know, Brenda Bouchard, my coach, my mentor, he always says that society today is, we don't have a problem of achievement, but alignment. We are not aligned to our core values. We are not aligned with our real truth, with our real self. We just got distracted. That's it. In here, WhatsApp, Instagram, or Facebook, at work, and look at what he told me. Oh my God, it's crazy. But it's not who we are. It just starts getting distracted. That's all. And I want to share with you a few statements that I've been using myself and my clients as a journal to, reconnect, to keep in mind that, for example, courage that we're talking today, if you're here in Australia, courage is already within yourself. You don't need anyone to, don't expect someone is going to come here to save you and give you courage, because courage is already in yourself. And I'm talking about courage, and it could be energy, whatever, it's already in yourself. You have the answers already. You possess all that you need to be happy in life. Already is in yourself. You don't need someone to, to give you that, because you have it already. We need to reconnect with that. One of the, I wouldn't say the best ways, but one of the good ways to do that is just pause, sit down, and I was gonna say spend time, but now let me rephrase this: invest your time in yourself. Like I said, it could be sometimes as simple as stating what you want, but seriously, all right? And don't tell me that you don't have time, because I know there is a research that, at least in the US, the average people watching TV is around 4 hours a day, at least. So I think if you can invest around 20 minutes, 10 minutes every night or every day, I think everybody can have that time for themselves. If you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, you don't have a life, period, full stop. So I trust, or I hope, that you can just take some notes, because I'm going to share with you a few strategies that's going to help you to connect with the things that matter the most with yourself, especially in courage. Because, my friends, courage, for me, like I said, has even saved my life back in the day, in a very, very dark experience that I had back in the 90s, that I overcame my addictions, and everything started when I stand up for myself and I said, I can't do this anymore. I need help, and I need to reach out family. I need to reach out someone who can help me, because I can't handle this. I can't handle it anymore. That was 20 years ago. And again, it was a courageous moment that I had to do something. Because, my friends, don't expect to get new results by doing same actions. You want to get new results, we need to start taking new actions. Common sense, right? Well, unfortunately, common sense is not a common practice. Unfortunately. So here we go. Let's go for the courage strategy number 1, which is learning mindset. You need to ask yourself, or state this. You need to think about something that you considered a failure, but was actually an opportunity to learn. How many times we have experienced this? Something you thought, nah, this is not going to work. And then ended up being, first, not that bad as you thought, and even better, because you learn a great lesson from that. How many times? I raise my hand, 1,000 times. So remember, you need to remember those actions in the past that you thought that it was going to be a failure, it, you know, actually was an opportunity, because I'm going to tell you something. There is no such a thing as a failure, but feedback. It's always feedback. Next, speak for yourself. I will show up today and express this truth to the world. All right. You don't have to grab your phone now and go on YouTube or on here, Mindalia, and you know, hey, hello world, I'm here. I'm not talking about that. Sometimes your world is your partner. Well, my wife is my world. So she always is the first person to know anything from me. Anything that I want to do, a wish, a desire, a dream, she always is the first one, because she is my world. And I know that sometimes can be hard, and you don't want to share your dreams because you're afraid to be judged, maybe, or you might think, I think he or she's not going to understand what I want. But if you never share it, if you never do it, you never know. So we need to start expressing who we really are and share those things that we hold on to for many times, for many years. It's just we need to make that move, that step, if that makes sense. Show up today and express your truth to your world. Number 3, push yourself. This is a very good one. I will push myself out of my comfort zone by trying this one thing I've been afraid to do. I want to share something quick, because I was hosting another conference in Dubai, for a group in Dubai. And the lady who was the presenter there, which was presenting me, we had a talk 3 weeks ago. We were talking about, you should join, I don't know, a public speaking club or something. It's something that I was thinking about, but I was like, postponing for a bit. My dad told me the same. Well, for 3 weeks later, I just joined my Toastmasters club here in Melbourne. So, because I know I love public speaking, I don't have trained, but it's okay. I love it. And I needed that time, that person to push me to keep moving forward. So be mindful with the people you surround with, and try to find people that really want your best. All right? Not to tear you down. Those people, please keep them up. I'm not saying just, just get rid of them, but spend the least time with them as possible, right? People that push yourself. Next, of course, strategy number 4, ask for help. Right? Don't feel embarrassed to reach out and ask for help. I tell you, if I didn't, that moment for me, ask for help, that step I saved my life by doing that. Just by doing that. Again, it's not hard, it's not easy, simple, but it's really hard. But for me, it's much worse living a miserable life, asking all the time, what if, and what if, what if. Mirna, how are we doing with the time? Are we good? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I tend to, talk too much. 6 more minutes. All right. Another strategy, very important strategy. Celebrate your wins. You celebrate your wins. An accomplishment, no matter how big or small. So I don't say here, you need to get drunk all the time. I'm not talking that. You need to acknowledge what you have accomplished. Small things. Look, last certification week, every year we recertificate with Brendan. I was coached by another high performance coach in the US. And I was coached in this topic, in this area about celebrating wins, because I wasn't paying attention to those small wins. Because, someone like me overcame addiction, I overcame PTSD, I was doing big things. So the small things for me was like nothing. I was so wrong. I couldn't, oh my God. For me, it was like a slapping on my face. So you are telling me that what you're doing right now doesn't have any value for you? Tell you one thing, my friends, the small things, those small things make a huge difference. Because when you're used to it, that's the problem. When you're used to achieve or massively achieve, you get stuck because you're looking for the next accomplishment. And it has to be bigger than the last one. That's BS. That's BS. Because if you're not paying attention for these small things, we're going to tend to get ourselves frustrated, stuck, stressed, and anxious. I was there. A man who overcame addiction, became Krav Maga instructor. I came to Australia. I taught myself English. I became correctional officer. I joined the special operations group in the prisons in Melbourne. Amazing. Yeah, but what about those small things? You know what happened? A year and a half ago, I got diagnosed with PTSD. I experienced panic attacks at work in the prison, in front of the prisoners. First, it was scary. Second, it was dangerous. I wasn't paying attention. My life was work, home, gym, repeat. Work, home, gym, repeat for 3 years. Sometimes days off, and then once in a while, some annual leave. That was it. That was my life for 3 bloody years. I was fit. I was healthy. I was training. You know what I mean? PTSD, stress disorders. I wasn't paying attention for what really mattered the most. It was myself. It was myself. So I know what I'm talking when I'm saying, please celebrate your wins. My first coach, Sean Smith, he always says, there is no poo-poo progress. Progress is progress, and we need to acknowledge that. Couldn't be clear. So intense. Are we good? 1 more minute? Okay. Another strategy, very important, the power of community, your network. It's crucial. There is no such a thing like a self-made millionaire or self-made whatever. That's BS, capital letters, BS. We need each other. We need each other. No one it has to do everything. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Recently, I just had on my team, I have someone new on board on my team. He's a project management. I wasn't expecting it, but look, I don't have to do it. I don't have to do everything myself. We need each other. And your community, your network is crucial. So, my friends, someone who is doing a better job than you right now, or is doing exactly what you want to do, reach out for guidance, for help, for whatever. You will be amazed how many people are willing to share some strategies, are willing to even guide you or mentor you. But you have to reach out, you have to try. Okay? You have to try. I know it can be like, what am I going to say? Who am I? Who I think I am? So just do it. Courage. And don't think about what's happening right now, because like I said, circumstances don't make the man, don't make the woman either. So.
Thank you, Bruce. How about we start with some questions?
Okay,
Sounds
perfect.
Good? Okay. So I wanted to know if, given all the information that you have given us, if you can share with us a technique for time management, because it happens sometimes that in this world we're like multifunctioning. It's not the same as probably before when you had a 9-to-5 job. There's a lot of people that are developing businesses from home, or they're working and they're handling other duties. So what can you tell us about time management?
Okay. I love time management. I love it. So first of all, it could be, oh my God, I could be speaking about time management like hours. I'll try to keep it short. First, watch your hours, your sleeping hours. All right, watch your sleeping hours. Very important. 7.5, 8 hours. All right. So if that, and then when you wake up, now I have on my charger. Don't use your phone. That thing, your phone, in the first 60 minutes when you wake up, even if you have a day shift or night shift, doesn't matter. When you wake up, those first 60 minutes are crucial for your productivity, for your time management. No phones means no phones, no emails, no news, no messages, nothing. Nothing at all. It's been proven. I've done it, and I'm coaching this with my clients. 60 minutes. What can I do in those 60 minutes? You need to prime yourself. Why? Because on those 60 minutes, Bruce Lipton, by the way, talks about this. I can't remember what kind of waves are. Can't remember, there was wave, delta waves or something like that. We are more receptive to prime ourselves. So if we grab a phone as soon as we wake up and start, especially now, watching the news about restrictions stuff, we're going to start on a reactive mode. We're going to be reactive, angry, pissed off. And that's what we don't want, because it's going to ruin our day. Not just our day, it's going to affect our week, our month, and our year. So you wake up, sleep 7.5, 8 hours, wake up, no phones, trying to, I don't know, if you pray, just pray, meditate. I do 2 meditations, 25 minutes in total. And then I set my intentions for the day. I plan my day. All right, this needs to happen today. I need to contact this person. I need to do this. I need to planning. That is important things for the day. If you give me a minute, I give you 4 questions that everybody I think should answer themselves. First, what's the one thing I'm excited about for today? One thing doesn't mean it has to be a big thing. I'll give you an example. When I woke up yesterday, I wrote down my Mindalia TV conference. That was something I was very excited about for today. I wrote it down. Second, describe with one word what kind of person I want to be today, and the reason why I chose that word. For example, I want to be a best. I want to be on service. Whatever, you choose one word that's going to define yourself, and then answer why you chose that word. That makes sense? Third, a situation that might stress me or sleep me out. Something that you think is going to happen, doesn't mean that has to happen, but something that can stress you out. And write down. Sometimes could be traffic. I don't know how is the traffic in your city. Here in Melbourne, bad. This is really bad. Could be traffic. All right, just write down something that you think is going to stress you out. And then the fourth, how your highest self, or whatever you name it, is going to deal, or is going to manage, is going to respond to that event or that action. And pay attention to what I'm saying. Respond and not react, because responsibility is the ability to respond and not react. We respond to events. We respond to actions. We don't react. If that makes sense. For me, those are the 4 crucial questions that everybody should ask every day when they wake up. So once you've done this, so doing some stretching, at least for another 20 minutes, or if you're like me, I go to the gym, I do my workouts. Now when the gyms are closed, what am I going to do? I just walk for an hour and a half. Do your exercise if you can. If you are an evening person, do some stretching, complete your 60 minutes, and then you're ready to go. And this has to be sacred, because this is for yourself. This is for yourself, who can benefit, who your family, your friends, or your parents, whoever can benefit from too. Because the better you are with yourself, the better you're going to be with the others, if that makes sense.
It does. Thank you for sharing that. Is very applicable, definitely, and it
Thank you.
seems simple. I understand that it may take some extra motivation sometimes, and what I wonder, what I like, the thing that I am curious about is it if sometimes we may be lacking motivation and lacking that passion because we may be running the wrong race. How many times that is the problem, that you're trying and you're trying and you're trying, but maybe it's because you are not where you're supposed to. Is there a way for us to know if we are walking towards the proper or the right objective, towards the right goal? How will you handle that, Bruce?
Yes, it's a very good question, by the way. For me, for example, how do I know that what I'm doing is exactly because I know I can feel it. And for example, how did I know that the coaching was one of my things? Because looking back, when I was way younger, I was playing in a metal band and I was playing the guitar. I loved the music, and then I was teaching Krav Maga. For me, being on service for people was a very thing. I like to speak to the public, with people, on groups. So I knew it. That's how I ended up in prison too, being a correctional, not prisoner, sorry. So for me, being surrounded with people, helping, that was a big deal for me. And you had to think about this. Whatever you think or whatever you want to try, for example, you're trying something or you're doing, would you do that thing for free, for example? Whatever you're doing, were you doing for free? Will you work or whatever you're working, I don't know what kind of work, will you do that for free? If you wouldn't, well, now you have at least some idea that what you're doing at least is not exactly what you want. We might be doing for a while, but knowing that this is not what I want.
That's interesting.
Right?
As we reach the end of this conversation, Bruce, what would you like to leave us with? What are your closing thoughts?
Yeah. Look, like I said, circumstances don't make us. They're here to be experienced, to learn from them. But we are above and beyond words, beyond behaviors, beyond everything. We are human beings. I know many people say we are multi-dimensional beings. I think life is to be experienced, and that's all. And you have already everything that you need to be happy in life. It's already in you. It's already here. So, my friends, thank you so much. So glad, so pumped being here. Sorry for the disruptions in the beginning, because we are in disrupted times, of course.
It happens. Thank you for coping with it. Thank you for solving it. Thank you for staying and trying again, because it was definitely information that is worth knowing. And the people that were with us today, we want to thank you as well, and remind you, we are Mindalia.com. We are an international non-profit organization. We share a lot of information on a daily basis in Spanish, and we do this because we want to reach more and more people. So we cross a little bit and we dare to bring you content in English as well, because why not, right? Big hug to you all and all our gratitude. We're gonna meet again very soon in the next Mindalia live streaming. See you.